Violent people and violent organizations only become violent to people that they can get away with. They do not become violent, or they do not target, or they do not misbehave towards people where they will face long-term repercussions. Whether it's the IRS in the United States or any type of taxation service in any country, they all have this attitude that you owe them payment, and if you don't pay them on their terms, they're going to use violence on you by either arresting you, or which is actually kidnapping you, or taking away your house or whatever. They only do that to people that have no spiritual cover. Because let me tell you, when you walk by faith and you enforce repercussions on the wicked every day, anytime they hear your name, they get shocked. Anytime they hear your name, they are frightened. Because they know that in the past, when they came with their stupid claims, they faced backlash, they faced accidents, they faced disasters, they faced embarrassment. So consequences begin to haunt them. So anytime your name is mentioned, they know, oh, not with Ari Dossett, or not with Cynthia, or not with Kevin, or whatever the name of the believer is. They know not with you. As long as you walk by faith, there is nothing they can do to you. Their violence will backfire every time they act upon it when you walk by faith. That's why there's such a big emphasis on false teachings in the world. Why? So that you don't walk by faith and they have an easy time demanding things from you and getting away with harassing you and exploiting you. The moment you're armed spiritually, they are in big trouble. And if they harass you in the past and now you walk by faith, they are in big trouble too. That's why when you begin to walk by faith, haven't you noticed that there are people from the past that suddenly pop up again? Suddenly they're very kind to you. While in the past they used to ignore you, or they used to be very harsh towards you. And now suddenly they're very happy to see you. Why is that? Now some of them have changed. Some of them are sincere. Okay, that happens. But that's an exception. In general, when people suddenly become interested in you, after you begin to walk by faith, it is because things are now backfiring on them and they don't want to deal with the consequences. See, like this. Let's say you have a man who slept with a woman, the woman became pregnant and he left. And now this man is running for office somewhere in some political party. Now this woman he slept with, who carried a baby, she now wants child support from him. But then, if she demands child support and he doesn't want to pay it, now she can go to court. And the court can force him to pay child support, or they can arrest him. But here's the thing, if he pays child support, his present fiancée is going to ask him, where is this 200 euros going to every month? Then he'll need to explain that he impregnated a woman and he left her. And what's that going to do? His present fiancée may reconsider marrying him. His family-in-law will look down on him, and he may even lose the public support for the political position he's running for. So what he did will now backfire on him, and he doesn't want that. He did not change his mind concerning what he did, because he would do it again. He did not want to repent. He didn't want to acknowledge his narcissistic attitude. He just wanted to get rid of the consequences. So let's say this woman reports him and a court case is made and he now has to pay child support. He may try to reconcile with his ex, pretending, not really pretending, faking that he wants to make it up. Why? So that she withdraws the complaint against him. I'm telling you, believers, there are people who change for the better and they're genuine. Such people exist, okay? But overall, in general, when you begin to walk by faith and suddenly people pop up and suddenly they have a 180 degrees change, a 180 degrees turn in their behavior towards you, most of the time it's not sincere and it's not from the heart. Most of the time it's just a military tactic to avoid consequences of their reprobation. They want to shut you down from walking by faith. Walking by faith means that they can't afford to remain as they are. Because how they are is negative. And because they invest in negative against you, now that you walk by faith, your walk by faith will shut them down. And they don't want to be shut down, just want to be roam throughout the earth, dumping here and there, fleeing whenever they want, never being held accountable. That's what they want. So, when violent people and violent organizations realize that you walk in the power, they'll flee from you. They'll flee from you. That is why you must recognize love bombing from the start. Now, some people are very excessive in giving compliments. That's just how they are. This doesn't mean that they want to manipulate you nor that they want to control you. Love bombing is when someone urges you to feel welcome around them, but the only reason they do this is so that they can get a hold on you, so that they can later exploit you. And listen to what I'm saying here. Institutions and organizations that operate in violence, they'll become very kind towards you if they want to shut you down. Because if they come with full violence against you, it will backfire, they will lose their reputation, and that will have further bad consequences. They don't want that. But they don't want to let you go either. They want to shut you down or at least hinder you. So they'll become very kind towards you. They'll become very generous so they can later use this against you. Now, there are people that are kind and generous and they just kind and generous. That's it. That exists. That can happen. But in general, when an organization or a group of people are very generous towards you, watch out. What's the agenda? What's behind it? If there is no agenda, if there's nothing behind it, then it's fine. Then it's safe. But then it must really be safe. Don't just assume it's safe. Look at the context. Don't assume it's safe. Look at the context. I'm telling you, believers, in this world, you need to walk by faith all the time. You need to decree and declare repercussions on the wicked every day. When you do that, you'll be able to walk outside freely, without any fright, without any danger, and others are going to think, how come this girl is walking down the street at that time? And none of the muggers, none of the sex offenders harass her. Others are going to think, what's wrong with this guy? That he's so at ease all the time. While we are frightened because we may lose our jobs if people don't like us. When you walk by faith and you overcome violence against you, oh dear, you'll notice how a lot of people will stop communicating with you. You'll notice how some organizations just don't want to be involved with you. An organization that functions through violence or that depends on violence will not want to be involved with you when you walk by faith. Because you have the leverage over them. You're just one individual having a leverage over a whole organization. That organization may have 50, 100, or maybe even 1,000,000 people working for it, if it's a big institution. But you that walk by faith as one single individual have a leverage over that organization. You can shut it down. Why? Because the power of Christ that you walk in is manifest through you. So don't think it's strange when there are organizations or people who will just flat out refuse to be associated with you. Just because someone refuses to be associated with you doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. It can be that they don't want to be associated with you because you cannot be controlled by them. They cannot violate you. They can't get away with things with you. With you, they are forced to contribute to solutions. And because they don't want to contribute to solutions and they don't want to face anything, collectively as well as individually, they now avoid you. I'm telling you, believers, walk by faith every day. Walk by faith. Be at peace.